Hello. In the spiritual community among seekers, a subject of discussion very often is what is unconditional love, because it is spoken so often and in so many ways, and it often leaves people confused. I'm not going to tell you, oh, this is what it is, I'm telling you, because I know. I can only say what my experience of that is. Now, the word has got a lot to say, meaning the word unconditional. It's there because of no particular conditions. So, we have a love which has got conditions. It's conditioned by the fact that I love my son, I love my sister, because they are related to me, they are part of my blood. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying there is a condition. And as a condition, it's got its limitations as well. If one day I come to know she's not really my sister, it was a mistake, feelings can change. Like she's my wife, she's my girlfriend. I love her because she's my wife and my girlfriend. But that is related to something I am receiving from her. And that can go if the moment that I find out maybe she's having an affair, or she comes to me and she says, sorry, I'm leaving you for a much younger man. So suddenly that love, which is conditioned, can turn to hatred. Unconditional love, what I'm talking about, and I have to be very clear about that first of all, is not that you go around and you give everything away, or people slap you once, twice, thrice, and you just go, yeah, keep going, yeah, nice. No, it means you look after your body, you look after your survival. That is a duty Mother Nature has given us towards our bodies. But what it is, what I'm talking about, is a love that arises, and it doesn't come because there is someone I think of or is next to me that gives me something which for me is very precious. So because this person gives me something that to me is so precious, love, security, warmth, I then put them on some kind of importance, and there is a lot of attachment in it. While unconditional love, it's you could be sitting in a park, just looking at people moving by, the trees, the flowers, the lake, and there is this love within you of just being there, of just being you. And it's not due to anything. People might come, people might go, weather might get a bit cloudy, you might get what you wanted or not, but it's got nothing to do with you, and with you too. But it's something you breathe in, something which is there. And with time, really when you go more advanced in it, you begin to realize that this love which has no conditions is actually your deepest essence, and is also the life of all things. It is really that force, that being, that allow planets to come into being, plants to grow, water to flow, and so forth. So there is a sense of communion. Now, is that a conditional love, the one that we have towards something which gives something to us, is that no love at all? No, actually, in my experience, it is love. And it is the same love as that unconditional love. It is that same energy, but that particular person awakens that feeling of love which is within us. The misunderstanding that we have before spiritual realization is that that love is external or is created externally. And all it is an input, is a trigger that for a moment creates an opening in us, like, and then that love, which is our nature, bits of it can flow out. The problem is that we then think that that love that flows from within us, it's due to that other person or event. And if that person goes and if the relationship turns sour, that love goes. So, but these relationships can help us to feel that love, of which I'm talking of that eternal, unconditional love. So a mother, I think, gets very close to it because it's a very selfless, unconditional love she has for the child. But of course, it still has got that limitation that she's doing it because of the child. So how do we get close to this understanding, to this feeling of unconditional? And I have to say sometime as well, between religious people, that love is not unconditional. Because I love you because you have my same belief. You believe that da-da-di-da-da-da-da. And if you don't believe di-da-di-da-di-da-da, then you're not my brother anymore. I then start disliking you, feeling you a traitor, an unbeliever. Okay, it turns very sour. So sometimes we have to be careful because even religion cannot give us that. In my experience, what brings us close to it is starting to realize what is it that keeps us away from it. And that is our egoic story. I was born in such a place, I was the son of so-and-so, I have achieved this and I've achieved that, look at me, I'm better than you. Oh, so-and-so has hurt me, now I feel hatred. So-and-so has left me, now I feel depressed. And those feelings are normally, please understand, I'm not telling you not to have them, but when we get stuck and identify. So this kind of ego then takes over our being, okay? That it is okay to have that I, I'm happy to be an Italian, Renaissance, it's there are things that make me happy. But when it becomes, oh, I'm an Italian, I'm better than you, and it becomes conflictual, then it's different. That's what I'm saying. That's what creates contraction, contraction, contraction. So what our essence is behind that I gets totally lost. It's still there, but we cannot even remotely see it. But with time, for me, the path has been quite important through the Buddhist and psychoanalytic path, is mindfulness, understanding, observing, and uncovering the gripping tightness of this ego, and slowly, slowly releasing it. Some people can have, for example, a more Jesus-like oriented path, and it's more feeling the love, feeling the present, hearing the words of Jesus and living them in your heart, so that ego begins to melt through that love. So if you really want to get there, you'll find your path. So with time, as I said, this love is just a state of being. Sometimes it might fluctuate a little bit, sometimes there is sadness, sometimes there are other things that can happen, but like a mother's womb, it's taken back. That even that pain is soothed within us, and we always go back there to the peace, to the presence, to the love. And that is the path, that is the seed that grows within us. I hope that I've clarified a little bit what unconditional love is, to me at least, and that you might get some inspiration from it.